I'm prepared for the rain. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. 23, won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. This that splash, this that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in a very rainy Kansas City, Missouri at venerable Arrowhead Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs.
For Kansas City.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down throw for Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions. Throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Mike spot 9. Mike spot 9. No gain on this defense. No gain. Check 99. Come on. 15.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. And he'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2? Win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to.
Derrick Henry all alone. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
That's track. Jumping. Back. Out. Come on.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He'll try it. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Get in the way. 54's Mike. Check 13. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Bridgewater. Open man is running out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 35.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
A 1st down carry for Henry. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown.
Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Lining up for the
and a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he finds Tyler Croft.
Bridgewater's pass.
7 yards to pick up there.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On second down, it's Henry. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Third down.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Throwing, Bridgewater. There goes a deep ball, end zone. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that's complete to Croft. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers.
To Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Jeremy Chin. And he will take this all the way. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Panthers 21, Chiefs 7.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And he took the ball off course.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. To throw is Bridgewater. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To the air again with Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The big money man, Chris Jones, getting in there to bring him to the ground.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So Bridgewater needing to work a little magic after that sack on a 3rd and long. Throwing is Bridgewater. His throw caught right around the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
4th down.
Joey Sly on now for the Panthers. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 5'9". Mike 5'9". You got that, man. You got that, man.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
At the 45-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
By the Panthers.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start with a give to Henry and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Carrier. Tackle made.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Bridgewater. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
11 on the play.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
First down, Bridgewater. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very solid gain of 27.
First down, Panthers.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown.
Derrick Henry on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Panthers 31, Chiefs 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Easy. 59 mark. Check. 59.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of
maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll run on first down. Henry, he's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
23 yards.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. They'll find his tight end, Seals-Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And again, it's Mahomes. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it.
Mahomes pass.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
It's a game.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Here we go with Williams. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They'll run it with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
And his kick is good.
Makes the score Panthers 31, Chiefs 14. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And some space here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the
defensively. We always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A third quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
56.
Bridgewater now from the 50. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
3rd down.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chiefs 14.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a 1st down as well. A couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Dante Jackson.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Being chased down, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And the pressure gets to him again. Yeetor Gross Matos. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. On first down, it's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
2nd and 10 at the Chiefs' 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play fake. Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away because you've got to take care of the ball.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Not much there, only a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mahomes going to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the rookie Jeremy Chin. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Carolina.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Henry. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
No gain on
the 3rd-year defensive tackle out of Florida State, Derek Nottie, with a nice play there. Started every game for Kansas City during their Super Bowl run a season ago.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
And the Panther first down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They're
in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll run on first down. Henry. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now.
Today's final score.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Panthers, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head home next.